Hi there, welcome to Polkadot Wyckoff Technical Analysis session. So Polkadot, after last Friday's event, is currently trading below the long-term playground zone. So this white line over here is the bottom edge of this long-term playground zone, this white box. And the key thing right now is whether it's going to test even lower levels, because what happened last Friday went to a price level that it has never happened before, even all the way back to 2020. So that's right over here. So that's really huge, and be really careful because that indicates whoever got in back then might have already offloaded everything they have. So that's why the price can go as low as what happened last Friday. And as of this moment, the hope is for Polkadot to express some sort of stabilization along a lower level, I mean the current level basically. And when we get to the daily chart, we'll see what that means. If you're new to my session, these are the takeaways that you'll get from like by the end of the session. Basically, I'll talk about the current and the next Wyckoff stages, the key price levels where Polkadot will receive support or resistance, plus any breakout timing that the charts are indicating right now. So in terms of Wyckoff stages, currently we definitely is at another test stage. So we can basically take that away as this is confirmed. Just that the test, has it finished or not? Like, is it going to finish here or is it going to finish further down? We still have about 3 days for this week's candle, and who knows, right? Maybe the subsequent weeks will continue to test the real low this time. When we get to the daily chart and look at the Wyckoff pattern over there, we'll see why I'm saying this. So this previous uptrend line now becomes the resistance, but then that's only the second resistance. The first is the top, like this white line over here, the bottom edge of the long-term playground zone, and this week's price basically got rejected from that level. As of this moment, I would say this may be further down the timeline, there may be like intermediate rebounds, much like what happened during mid-July to mid-late September, like be sideways trading essentially near the red key level or approaching the red key level of $4.3, as well as finding support from a lower level now, around $3, not the white line. The white line is now the resistance. So what I'm referring to here, it turns out like a hot dog sausage. It's basically if the price successfully reclaimed the level above the white line. So that's very key. If it can't, it's a very risky horizontal trading area because there are basically no support whatsoever for the past 5 years. Okay, so more tests to come, certainly. I'll make it 70% now. 30%, unless all of a sudden, I don't know, a couple of big countries said they're going to print a huge sum of money, which may not be likely unless something like a huge black swan appear again. So that's the weekly picture. All these are going to be deferred further down the timeline, and this unfortunately may be a prolonged accumulation unless something really encouraging happens. Not that we're seeing that at the moment. And if we go to the daily chart, just switch on the Bollinger Band Curtain Squeeze and double check with the weekly as well. The squeeze is still going on, but like I said many times in the weekly chart, a squeeze can swing towards the downside first before it swings up. So be careful what's coming next and always set your stop loss, even if you manage to pick up some stock during Friday's drop. Um, because when the swings happens, like the squeeze force got released, we don't know which side it's going to swing at, because it can definitely swing towards the downside, repeating what happened last Friday before it starts up again. So while we're talking this swing downwards, let's look at the Wyckoff stages in the daily. So previously we talked about two scenarios. Let's focus on the red one first. So these are definitely confirmed LPSYs, last point of supply, and then this has actually skipped the sign of weakness, what happened on Friday, essentially passed through this intermediate support level, went through all the way to this around $2.90. That's where the support level currently is. So if not careful, if the bulls fail to defend this, that's like a no bottom zone or no support zone over here. That's the risk currently for Polkadot. So this is definitely done. Instead of this one, let's assume that's the selling climax. Okay, just for the time being. Basically the phase of preliminary support got skipped, or we are actually going through the preliminary support. So this selling climax is just a question mark, because it can happen deeper, assuming it is where it is now. If that's the case, then what had happened from Saturday all the way to Monday was the automatic rally, if that's really the selling climax. But if it's just the preliminary support and we haven't seen the selling climax yet, this definitely will have to go lower together with the selling climax when it eventually happened. This level, like, it's very close to the selling climax we had back in June, late June this year. Not many occasions we have came to this level. So where the candlestick closed, it's not like a totally unfamiliar experience. It's just like 4 or 5% lower than the selling climax back in late June. So not too bad. It's just this crazy dip that's scary, and that's where the worry comes. Assuming it has stabilized and that's really the selling climax, it doesn't mean the price can't go lower than that level of $2.90. Any form of second test or subsequent tests can go lower than that level. So that's the reality, even if we're already in an accumulation cycle. And also the selling volume isn't low as well. So we've got low buying volume, but high selling volume. So, well, don't mistake the Tuesday candlestick. That volume was the highest over the past 6 days. But then, because there were quite a bit of buying from the low point, pushing the price back to $3.24. So if you see where the candle closes, and with a long wick at the bottom, some people might have bought the dip over there, but then in like the next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, essentially more people sell. Okay, so now we talk about the yellow scenario. Basically, it assumed that was an accumulation period and then a new distribution, but it's irrelevant, or like it doesn't matter now because it's not going up. So this definitely, even for the yellow scenario, it is just an LPSY, and obviously it has come down to the same stage, a potential early accumulation stage. So whether it's the yellow scenario or red scenario, currently they are in sync already. So that's not something we have to cover anymore. Just that this jaw is getting so huge, any swing can be massive. You see, there are still room to for the price to go lower. So just to recap for Polkadot, again, it's a no support zone down below. Like if we reference the price trading range for the past 5 years, and then now the best hope is for the breakout point to happen. So I haven't drawn this yet. So basically, if I draw a line over here and adjust according to what we are having, so depending on whether you're drawing a closer time frame, like just based on the past 3-4 days, this downward resistance line, we are just a day away, a day or two away from a breakout. So either today or tomorrow, the price has to break outside of this resistance line, or it probably will fall through this yellow support line that's extended from the potentially selling climax over there, or just like a breathing point for the preliminary support. So the 2.90 is very key now. Just like today or tomorrow, this breakout would happen. If I were to draw another line, say from the previous two LPSYs, which is more gradual, that will extend all the way into early November. So depending on what's gonna happen today or tomorrow, and then eventually till like near the end of this month or the beginning of next month, there are two breakout time points. Hopefully it doesn't fall through the yellow dash line, comes up. If it got rejected again from this white solid line, like what happened on Monday and Tuesday, that's fine. Let's trade safely between these two lines for the time being. When people get like regain confidence, that's when the breakout near the end of this month or like beginning of next month can happen. But now I can say it's very fragile. People are still scared, so might as well like seek a safer option to trade sideways. Just break outside of this, like 4 days downward trend as of this moment. Hope it doesn't go down towards like testing a lower level, because there's just no reference over there. If we go down to like a 3-hour chart or a 5-minute chart, just to see where, like, if there were any breaks over there. Maybe there is right there. So if I draw a line at this point, let's make sure this line cover all intervals. So why I'm drawing this line over here? So you see this point, right, where this candle closed, this was an equilibrium, the bulls and the bears kind of agreed to that level, and then that's where the October 11th opened. So that's why I draw the line over here before this absolute low at this point. So let's draw this line over here as well and go back to the daily. Now we should have some reference. These two very short lines over here may provide support. It's not 100% bulletproof, but at least Let's double click it. Let's extend it to 320. Yeah, that should work. 320 again. So this is 1.52. This is 2.28. So these two price levels may provide a little bit of support if the price really comes down. Click the wrong thing. It's this one. Yeah, so worst case, if the breakout today or tomorrow really happens towards the downside, that's where we hope to see some rebound. If it also doesn't provide support, then our second hope is 1.52. So that's how I see it. So sometimes if we can't see, like with a drastic drop within the day, we have to go further down to like mini intervals to seek some sort of indication. Okay, so that's I don't want to move these two. Let's lock them. Yeah, so that's for Polkadot. It's a very tricky situation, and finger crossed, if you have bought the dip, hopefully it will find stability at the current level and then eventually climbs back to at least the long-term playgrounds from this white box over here. And thanks for joining me. See you in the next session.